Hey everyone, welcome back to Daily English with Buddy, the podcast where we have real conversations so you can learn real English.
That's right. Every episode we talk about interesting topics. And today's topic is one of my absolute favorites.
Today we are talking about travel. Specifically, why traveling actually changes the way you think.
And Mac, I know you have never traveled outside the country, right?
That is true. I have never been on an international trip. Honestly, the idea makes me a little nervous.
Oh, that is totally normal. A lot of people feel that way. But by the end of this episode, I think you might feel very differently.
We will see about that. Okay, listeners, before we start, I want to remind you, listen carefully. We will explain new vocabulary as we go, and you can find the full word list in the show notes.
All right, let's go.
Hey, Carrie, you look so relaxed today. Did something good happen?
Actually, yes, I just booked a trip to Portugal. I leave next month and I'm already so excited.
Oh, wow, Portugal. That sounds amazing. You know, I have never traveled outside the country. Every time I think about it, something stops me.
Really, what stops you?
I don't know, maybe fear? Like, what if I get lost? What if I don't understand the language? What if everything goes wrong?
Mac, I felt exactly the same way before my first trip. I was so nervous. But honestly, those scary moments are the best part.
The scary moments are the best part? That sounds crazy.
I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. When I went to Morocco for the first time, I was completely lost in the market. I couldn't read any signs. I didn't speak Arabic. I had no idea where I was going.
Okay, that honestly sounds like a nightmare to me.
It felt like one at first. But then something interesting happened. I just started paying attention. I watched people. I smiled at a shop owner. He pointed me in the right direction. A woman noticed I was confused and walked me to the street I needed.
So, strangers just helped you?
All the time. And that surprised me so much because back home, I never really talked to strangers. But when you travel, you have no choice. You have to ask for help. You have to trust people. And most of the time, people are incredibly kind.
I never thought about it that way. I always assumed traveling alone would make you feel more alone.
It is actually the opposite. You feel more connected to people, to places, to yourself.
To yourself? What do you mean by that?
Okay, so think about your normal daily life. You wake up, you know exactly what is going to happen. Same coffee, same route to work, same conversations. Your brain is basically on autopilot.
Yeah, that is literally my life.
When you travel, all of that disappears. Your brain wakes up. Suddenly you are making decisions every minute. Which street to take, what to eat, how to communicate. You discover how capable you actually are.
So you were saying travel builds confidence?
Absolutely. I remember one time in Japan, I missed my train late at night. I was in a small town. I didn't speak Japanese. My phone was almost dead. And I figured it out. I found a hotel. I communicated using hand gestures and drawings. And I woke up the next morning feeling like I could handle anything.
Okay, that is actually impressive and kind of funny to imagine.
It was very funny. I drew a little picture of a bed, and the man at the counter immediately understood me. We both laughed so much.
See, that is the kind of story I want to have. But I always think, what if I am just not a travel kind of person?
I don't think that is a real thing, honestly. I think some people just haven't had their first experience yet. Once you go, something shifts inside you.
Shifts how?
You start seeing your own life differently. When I came back from my first trip, I looked at everything around me with fresh eyes. Things I used to complain about seemed small. Problems that felt huge before didn't feel so big anymore.
Because you had seen bigger things?
Because I had seen that people all over the world face much harder challenges and still laugh, still cook for their families, still dance, still find joy. It made me feel grateful in a way I never had before.
That is really beautiful, Carrie. Honestly, I am sitting here thinking about all the years I have not traveled and feeling a little sad about it.
Don't feel sad. You still have so much time, and you don't have to go far. Even a short trip to a city you have never visited can change something in you.
I have actually never been to the north of the country. like 2 hours away, and I have never gone.
Start there. Seriously, pack a bag this weekend. Walk around streets you don't know. Eat at a restaurant where you don't recognize anything on the menu.
Okay, now you are pushing it. Eating something I don't recognize? That is terrifying.
Ha! That is exactly the point. The little moments of discomfort, that is where the change happens. Your brain makes new connections when you experience something new. Scientists actually study this. New environments make your mind more creative and more flexible.
So there is actual science behind it.
Yes. People who travel regularly tend to be better at solving problems because their brain is trained to think in new ways. When you are always in the same environment, your thinking becomes narrow, like a path you walk every day. Travel widens that path.
Okay, I really like that image, the path getting wider.
And the more you travel, the wider it gets. You start noticing things. You become more curious. You stop assuming your way is the only way.
I think that is something I struggle with. I catch myself sometimes thinking that the way I do things is just the right way.
Everyone does that. It is completely human. But travel breaks that habit gently. You go to Japan and you see how organized and quiet everything is. You go to Italy and you see how loud and warm and passionate everything is. And both are wonderful. Both work. You realize there are 100 different ways to live a good life.
That actually makes me feel more free somehow, like there is no single correct answer.
Exactly. And once you feel that, you carry it home with you. You become more patient with people who are different from you, more curious instead of judgmental.
You know, I have a neighbor who does things very differently from how I do, and honestly, I have judged him a lot for it. But listening to you right now, I am thinking maybe I just don't understand his world.
That is such a mature thought, Mac. And that is exactly what travel teaches you, even when you are not traveling. It changes the lens you see people through.
The lens. I like that.
So are you going to book something? Anything?
You know what? I think I am going to look at flights tonight. Maybe somewhere nearby to start. Baby steps.
Baby steps are perfect. Every traveler started with baby steps. I promise you, once you go, you will come back a slightly different person, and you will love that person.
Okay, now I am genuinely excited and a little scared, but maybe that is a good sign.
That is the best sign. That feeling right there, that mix of fear and excitement, that is where all the good things happen.
All right, Carrie, you have convinced me. Thank you for this, seriously.
Anytime. Now stop talking and go book that trip.
I will.
And we will see you in the next episode. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep talking.